And welcome back, everybody, to episode 2. Perhaps the finale, perhaps not. I say perhaps not because there's still some wet spots and whatnot, and been trying to gauge just how long this miniature might take us, depending on what else we have to do. I even dotted the I's while I was off camera. My apologies. And I know I did not edge highlight or dry brush or even edge highlight the hands. So that's also on me, which is why I further reiterate that this could potentially be not the finale. Because even when you think you're close to being done, there's always something, isn't there? You're just sitting there and you're looking at your work, and then all of a sudden you're like, ah, man, I knew it. I knew it. Or there's just something that you flat out forgot, you overlooked. Happens to me a lot. It happens. I mean, I don't know how many times we'd been painting something on this show, and I'm like, all right, and that's it, folks. And I end it, and I'm looking at the model, and I'm like, dude, you gotta be kidding me. I forgot this. So I have to go and do that. And then, of course, there are other times where I just leave that. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get that later. I'm going to get that off camera. Sometimes it's transfers, especially if a show has been running long enough. If something has been running long enough, I try to keep that in mind and spare y'all. Because I would just rather not take up too much time doing things that don't matter. I don't want a whole episode dedicated to something that I'm like, all right, this really could have been handled off camera. But that's okay. Alright, now we're going to jump to his chest piece. And his shoulders, of course. It's all going to be metal. I might do some trim work on it. It's looking like a real possibility for me. Just to give him a little depth. And what I mean by that is all this metal work, right? And then if you could see that there is a border to all of it. We could do that with the death metal, because why not? It's he's a Sith. Why not have just a little bit of extra going on? And I never took him to be an extra kind of person. You wouldn't go all in on the flare. Palpatine was very particular about what he would have as flair. I don't think he was much one for it, but the dude did know how to dress. He had some amazing cloaks and other garments. To me, he was always very fashionable. Very fashionable indeed. All right. I forgot to get that little sash there. We are going to go with red for that, because it will balance with his cloak, or his cape. I had to add a second coat to his cape off camera just to blend everything together, because it didn't look quite right. It looked kind of streaky, and that is my fault. It's like we missed a pinprick here. I don't get that. I don't get how that happens sometimes, But he does have a nice red sash that we're going to paint. I know it's a belt because he's got pouches on it as well. And I keep calling it a sash, and guess what? I don't care. It's his belt sash. He's got a sashy belt. And that's okay. We have leather brown. It'll be very easy to do. Be very, very easy. And we might as well just do that now then. Because I'm already thinking about it. We're on the belt. Let's just go ahead. Just little dab. And that was way more than we needed, but it's alright. We're not in the business of wasting paint, but I do have plenty of paint. I was about to say I can always just buy more. Yeah. Yeah, drop $482 to get some oral surgery. I mean, it was a crown. It was a root canal and a crown. And what I hate is I very much take care of my teeth, and I try to take care of myself as much as possible. And there are some things you just can't help. That's just how it goes. But now we're getting out this death metal. We're going to do up part of his hilt and part of his armor. And you will see exactly what I'm talking about if you're still confused. So, part of the hilt. We're going to do this black tip here. I know I spent time painting it, but it's okay. And I did finally throw on some ambiance. I went with Knights of the Old Republic ambiance because it was my favorite out of all the Star Wars games. It is absolutely my favorite. It is the best thing ever. All right. And those two little pieces, and then with the red blade, it will make a huge difference. I was about to say it will make a lick of difference. Now, I was like, wait a minute. That's usually what you say when it won't make a lick of difference. But this will make a lick of difference. It will make all the difference in the world. 'Cause it makes no difference to me. Well, now. That's right. That stuck in my head because I'm a millennial. I'm trying to think of who that was. That might have been Sum 41. If it wasn't, my apologies. I know that was just a snippet, but I'm trying to remember which game I'm thinking of. It could be Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX 2. It could be Aggressive Inline. We'll never know. We shall never know. So we're also trying to be very careful because we are still using a janky brush. Why would we still be using a janky brush? Because I'm sentimental. You know, you ever worked with something, you know it's not the best, but you know how to work it? You know how to work with it? You know what to expect from it? It's pretty much what we got going on here. I know this brush, I understand this brush. And the brush seems to understand me. And I say all that, and I'm also like deep down screaming in my head, like, don't fuck it up! I don't know that guy's name either. I follow him on Instagram. The Don't Fuck It Up. I don't know, he shows you some cooking recipes, and it is funny. Ah, we got some mithril invasion going on the brush right now. And man, if you really wanted a contrast, you could have painted the main shoulder pieces that mithril, and then gone in with this death metal for the border. But that's okay. We're not here to get that fancy. We're just here to do it up. Just to do it up. All right. Let's clean that brush. That's looking better. It's looking better. But I would like to get more of this model done for you before we pollute the last bits of this episode. And, oh man, that's right. Hey-ya! This is a brand new bottle of the Doomfire Magenta. It's a contrast paint by Citadel Paints. Whew. Let's see what it's going to do, especially over this mithril. Let's see. Because I know it is a purple hue, or it's a purple, coloring. And it's also on the pink side, or I mean the red side, not the blue side of the spectrum. And I want to say that that looks pretty damn cool. I think we can rock with that. I think we can rock with that. Because basing your models in certain colors absolutely has... Absolutely. If I were to put this Imperial Fist over the gray, it's not going to look that good. It's really not. And that's why we're not going to be doing that. However, that is why we dotted those eyes. We dotted the eyes in, that white scar back there. I don't know if you can see that on camera, can you? Yeah, more or less, right there. We dotted it with with that, so that I could come back in with the Imperial Yellow. Because he is a Sith, so he has yellow eyes. And a Sith must always have the yellow. No, only when they're really showing their power. Because I know there are times when they're just not going to show any of that. I missed a spot with the Flesh Terror. I know that because I saw it while I was painting something else. I had missed the sides of that sash. The sachet. And there we go. And there we go. We were also going to take this red copper. I'm not sure if I've used the red copper. I'm pretty sure I have. Pretty sure I have. Yeah. We put this red copper right there. Might be more than we need. It might not. And we'll find that out in a second. Whew. Catch my breath here. Oh, man. My apologies. I am still very tired. I was supposed to sleep in today. Today was a sleep-in day, and I did not. All right, so the red copper, of course, is going to be a copper with a red tone. Might be subtle. It might not. I've noticed my color blindness picks up certain things, or I should say does not pick up certain things. Because I'm not officially colorblind, not whatsoever. But my wife has pointed out that I am totally got to be colorblind, which is just stereotypical on my part and hers, assuming that all men are colorblind. Damn it, I ain't colorblind. I just don't give a shit. No, but there are times I just can't tell. I can't tell. She's like, dude, that's green. I'm like, that's green? You sure that's not yellow? She's like, no, that's green. Oh, is this just one of those cases where it's one of those shades and I'm like, oh, bitch, that's green? Or, oh, please, that's yellow. I don't care what you say. And I think there have been some times like that. She's like, oh my God, would you just shut up? That is not yellow. I'm like, yeah, it is. Maybe it's not yellow to you, but it is to me. We'll fix that later. Because, again, we can't get to every single part of this because of this damn beautiful cape. But this damn cape, you Sith in your capes. I kind of wish we could dress like this. I mean, nothing says we can't. But in a fashion sense, no one dresses like this. And that's a real bummer. Oh man, I did nick his little cape cloak thing there. That's a shame. That's a shame, because now that's just more work for me. Because I already have to fix his cape. I already have to fix his cloak now. Ugh, whatever. And it's still wet too. Like, I don't want to... I know it didn't dry that quick. It'll be alright. Touched it up there. Oh, come on, get it. Sorry, with these contrast paints, you got to get it a little thick sometimes because it's a contrast paint. It is very much designed to let the underneath breathe and shine. And we can't necessarily let that happen. So this will probably take a couple coats. If not, I always have the Vallejo black that I can throw on there real quick and blend it in. And this is why I was pretty sure that this would not be just a simple 2-episode ordeal. That's fine. It always looks weird to me when I have only 2 episodes. Like on a thumbnail perspective, it only has 2 episodes. I'm like, all right, let's do this episode 1. Let's do this finale. Like it's already over? What the hell? But that's okay. That's okay. He's looking pretty cool. He's looking pretty cool. There's not like a terrible lot of detail that's supposed to be in this. But believe it or not, he's taller than an Astartes. He really is. We literally just passed the 18 minutes. So, I think with that, we're going to let some stuff dry before I get to the last episode. And basically the last episode is just going to be a bunch of dry brushing, I think. And maybe some touch-ups. But either way, I guess I'll see you guys on the next round. I pray to the God Emperor that you stay happy and healthy. And speaking of which, may the Void Father guide your brush. Peace.